Sophie, are you still here? Sophie?
Yes, hello.
Oh, hello. So we've got attendees 14, 17, no, that's 15.
Yeah.
So when will you let them in?
They are, you can start now, they're in.
Oh, I can't see anyone.
Their cameras will be off as it's in a webinar format.
Okay. So hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
I saw a hand raised, so I think that's a yes.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. So welcome to today's open day. So my name is Radi Halou. I'm associate professor and program leader for Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management. And today we're going to talk about this course. Well, of course, at the end, we will have the questions. We'll have the questions and answer if you can see that. And there is a chat. You can raise your hand. Sophie is here with me. She's here to help us in delivering this, this open day. So let me just share my slides with you. Okay. So there we go. So so here in this course, the Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management, we offer this course. The vision of this course is basically to equip those who would like to take, this course to be engaged with the industry and be active in delivering the outputs of biotech and pharmaceutical industries in the future. So we are, before I talk about the course, we are the first business school in the world for health that is dedicated specifically for health and for management, to educate managers and leaders in the industry. We reimagine the global healthcare management. We think about the challenges from the business perspective. We consider the soft skills and the what do we need in handling challenges in healthcare industry post-COVID, not only for pharmaceuticals, for the global health challenges. And we always inspire the public good and the healthcare management in general, and how these different courses they interact with each other. So we've got the Global Business School for in the Global Business School for Health, we've got the digital health and the pharmaceuticals, the global healthcare management, and the MBA. So the MSc Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management is basically advance your knowledge of biotechnology and pharmaceutical sector from business development and management perspective. It provides better understanding for the forces that drive the science and business interaction, and that is also important, to identify the changes in the healthcare demands. And one of the anchor discipline in here is pharmacoeconomics. And we also teach, policies and practices from strategic perspective and how those companies are making decisions, daily decisions about, about the industry. So, so this program is ideally positioned for those who would like to start up a company in biotech and pharmaceutical management, or possibly to join or get promoted in an existing business. So the cost for local students is about 18K, and for international students about 32K. And the starting date will be September 2023 now, and that will be for 12 months. But we offer this as part-time for those who are basically in their business, working in the industry, and that will be in UCL East, in the east side of London. So for the admissions and entry requirements, I would strongly, encourage you to think about where do you want to be after you graduate before you make a decision to apply for this course or any other course. How this will going to help you to achieve your objectives. So, what we think about is, or how we look at the admission and entry requirements is a UK degree in health, science, business, or economics, or related subject, and possibly some sort of qualifications that can be equivalent to 2-1, here in the UK. Or sometimes some of the graduates with extensive experience in the field, they are welcome to apply, and we will consider this on an individual basis. We also ask you to invest in your personal statement. We ask you to consider, this application as like you're applying for future opportunities, and your career will start from the start of the course. The language requirements for international students: IELTS of 7 or above, and no area less than 6.5 in the subtests. And again, personal statement, invest in your personal statement, talk about yourself, why do you think this course is good for you, and what will be the expectations after you graduate from this course. So we all need to consider these factors in your application for this course. So as I said earlier, you might already have a business or you work in biotechnology and pharmaceuticals, but wish to cross over into management. Or you may work in consultancy capacity with the biotechnology and pharmaceutical sector with ambitions to bring specialist knowledge to your clients. And this degree is ideal for individuals who would like to work within the biotechnology or possibly start up their own business. Some of us, we've got loads of students this year who basically would like to, to establish this themselves or sustain their existing businesses over the years for these programs. We have an induction. We have a brilliant induction last week. We've got students who came all over the world, to attend the induction, who would like to join the programs at Global Business School for Health. It's a 1-week induction. We will gonna basically introduce you to the course, introduce you to colleagues, and give you an idea about the facilities that we've got at UCL in general and UCL East. And we are invited to complete an unassessed self-paced course on global health. The structure of the program: we've got 6 compulsory 15-credit modules and 1 compulsory 30-credit modules, and there are two 30-credit projects. So the overall is 180. So in term 1, we deliver the introduction to clinical trials and statistics. We've got a question. Can I just delay the question to the end, please, until we finish the presentation? And we have the policies and practices and pharmacoeconomics in term 1. Whilst in term 2, we've got the supply chain, the commercialization of research ideas, commercialization of pharmaceuticals, and market equity to be delivered in term 2. We have the business projects and we have the research projects. Business project where you work in group, you develop ideas about a new drug, about a new product, from the analysis to trials stage, and you have to pitch it in the business plan. Write down why do you think your idea is investable and the expected outputs. We will gonna equip you with what you need to write a successful business plan and be able to fund your research. And at UCL, we offer UCLC and UCLB, where we offer support to those who have good ideas, and that can be also transferred or translated into business in the future. In the business project, you will be having one of the industry mentors that they voluntarily contribute to the Global Business School for Health, and you can meet them every month to discuss your idea and work around what is the best approach for your project. And for the pharmaceuticals, for the pharmaceuticals and biotechnology, I think we've got this year about 24 different industry mentors that we will announce their names on Moodle page when you join the course. The research project is basically a topic that combines learning from the program and the desk-based research to create original piece of research. So you probably have something about the pharmaceuticals in certain developing countries, or in the UK and Europe, and you would like to expand this into a piece of work. You can write a case study, and if that case study can be good enough, we can publish this work as well. So the research project is basically, what do you really try to aim after you graduate? How you invest into the business project and the research project. My advice to you basically is to use these two projects to help you in writing the your personal statement after you graduate, or possibly before that, because we encourage you to think about your employment. We encourage you to think about what do you want to achieve after the whilst you're studying and after you graduate. So scholarships, we've got Women Healthcare Leaders Scholarship up to 5K for female students who demonstrate leadership potential, prepare students to move into senior management, or something relevant to the consultancy role. And that fund is available for deducted from the fees, and it will be competitive. So you need to apply for it. So make sure you do the application and apply for the funding if you're eligible to do so. We've got also, other type of funding like, UCL participants in a range of graduate taught funding programs, scholarships and loans, and we have US federal funding. So please Google this online. We have different type of funding, as you can see here: Fulbright, masters, bursaries in the UK, great, Commonwealth. So all these type of fundings are available, and this is the link where you can access these funding opportunities, when you apply for this course. Career support, as I said, earlier, I mentioned the third point, the industry mentors and career coaches, and industry events. So we have loads of these. As you know, UCL is well-established university in their contacts with the industry. And with people who graduate or alumni from the UCL, and now they're working in different companies. And basically, the industry mentors are going to help you to identify your strengths and weaknesses. And we've got health and residence. So we have those assets as well to help us, defining your direction. And every week we have. After the induction week, we will have some sort of employment events, and all the design of the program, for Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management is basically very relevant to equip you with the skills that you need and resources that you need to be a professional in the field and present yourself to those companies. As you probably know, pharmaceuticals and biotech are one of the high risk and high profitable companies. And because it's high risk and high profitable, so they would like to pay skilled workers, to start up and to work for them, and sustain their existence in the marketplace. So where can you go through, where can you go after you graduate, or possibly we encourage students to apply, to start applying before Christmas, actually, to these jobs, and try to think about or articulate their ideas. For example, you can go for health consultancy for Big Four, like PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, McKinsey, Boston, and they're all here in London. And we all have contacts with those consultancy companies. You can go for management roles, big pharma, biotech, public and private healthcare spaces. In the NHS, you can work for the insurance companies, WHO. So these are also opportunities for you to choose after you graduate, or possibly before you graduate. And companies basically in pharma sector, AstraZeneca, Sanofi, GlaxoSmithKline. We've got few from AstraZeneca, industry mentors, few from GlaxoSmithKline, few from Boehringer Ingelheim. So we've got a good list of pharmaceutical people in the business, and they would like to meet with you as well, as industry mentors, or possibly talk to you in seminars. So for extracurricular activities and student support, the Students' Union, clubs, societies, student politics and journalism. So please use these facilities. These facilities are, one of the investments that the university, UCL offers to students. So please use these facilities, use the clubs and societies, get engaged with those activities, get to know people. We've got about 44 or 45,000 students at UCL from different countries, from different positions, doing different courses. So please get engaged. And the best way to engage with them is basically through the clubs and societies and attending these activities. We have around 70 sports club. Other societies, you can yoga, and I heard about the dancing club, which is quite good and interesting, and they offer volunteering by connecting students with the charitable opportunities, so you can get to know the business of charities, and that is really good for philanthropic activities and getting engaged, building your skills and your confidence about working with others. And we've got student support and well-being, like mental health, well-being and counseling services. The Student Union advice services is also available for those who need help. So please look around for all the activities at UCL and UCL East and get engaged with those activities. So life in the East, I'm not sure how many of you have been to the east side of London, but it's such of art facilities. I've been there a few times. I was quite amazed from the overall environment in there. It's very dynamic, very vibrant, and there are loads of opportunities where you can work with with industries, with others, and possibly set up your type of connections. And it is exciting new student accommodation. I've seen that. I've been there. It's quite interesting, a place where you stay in the same place and you go to your classrooms as well in the same building. East Bank Structured Education Destination, V&A, BBC Music, UAL London, College of Fashion next door. Also, all these are available for you. And you also get very close to the Westfield Shopping Centre. It's a huge one, and there are loads of facilities in there. And it's exactly 8 minutes from Stratford to St Pancras International. So if you're basically taking the fast train, it's literally 8 minutes, from Stratford station to St Pancras International. We have also sports facilities, in the UCL East, where you can use the parks, access to local venues. Walking there, near the near that walk, in the different sides of east side of London is really interesting, and you meet people with high diverse background. So I would strongly encourage you to get engaged. London is basically the best city in the world, and it offers a lot of facilities for those who live there, in London. Well, we've been talking about life in London. Bloomsbury, the home of UCL, it's tourist attractions. So a lot of people might say, "Oh, I will stay in London, and probably I will invite my parents, my families, my friends, come and visit me and have a tour in London." So that will be like a tourist attraction. With tourism industry, with the changes in the currency exchange, the currency exchange rate, you would find a lot of tourists maybe coming and finding London as an attractive place to visit. And that will continue, I don't know when, but that will continue probably, over Christmas time. So that would be a tourist, that will increase, and that will also be an attractive place to visit. Sport events and facilities, park, green areas, and festivals, museums. It is ranked the top city for students in the UK by QS in 2021. The use of facilities, the environment of London, and the organization of streets and the structure of the of the city is basically support the education journey for you. And this is very important. We're not here just to teach you blocks of teaching and knowledge. We're here also to equip you with skills and put you in an environment where these skills can take a certain shape and be valuable for the industry after you graduate. So we've got also upcoming events. As I said earlier, we've got courses available here at Global Business School for Health. So we've got MSc Digital Health Entrepreneurship Open Day, and that will be on the 5th of October. The scholarships and information session, that will be 11th of October. UCL MBA Health Open Day, 13th of October, and MSc Global Healthcare Management with Roots, 18th of October. So get engaged with these courses, attend these courses, and get to know which direction you would like to take. And of course, by all means, if you have any questions, you can always drop us a line, and we will get the questions to the right person for you. So we've got 2 questions already, which is good. So please put your questions in the Q&A tab. Please put your name, your question. If we are unable to answer your question in the session, we will respond back to you. So just put it on the admissions.globalbusinessschool.gbsh@ucl.ac.uk. So find out more about the courses and the events. Watch the space, and what we offer here in Global Business School for health. So let me just stop sharing. Okay. Wow, we've got 4 questions. Fantastic. So let's have a look. I am dentist by profession, so I'll start with the first one. So I'm dentist by profession. I have scored 65% in BDS, and I want to pursue my biomedical science at UCL. I am ineligible for this course in UCL. So to me, the 65% is basically 2-1. Siloni, I don't know if I spell your name right. So 65% is within the band of 2-1, and I think you are eligible to apply. However, please invest in your personal statement and invest on why do you want this course, the Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management. Okay. So another question, I think I answered this question now, which is, am I eligible? I can spend a particular amount on my file. My second preference would be clinical pharmacology at UCL. So Siloni, I would like to highlight something for you. The clinical pharmacology as a course is different from biotech and pharmaceutical management. The clinical pharmacology, where you invest into the pharmacological aspects, you invest in the labs, you have a different approach, you have a different career opportunities after you graduate. So my advice is basically to make up your mind and make sure, are you going for the management side of things, or are you going to the R&D side of things? So if you are basically in the R&D, then the clinical pharmacology is basically for you. But for the biotech and pharmaceutical management, we're basically looking at the managerial aspects and how the companies would look for skills that you need in order for you to sustain your existence, or to sustain the existence of the company for a long period of time. So that's what they need, and that's what we will equip you for. So I hope that answers your questions, but of course, feel free to add more questions if you have any more questions. So we've got Ayla. Ayla, would it be disadvantageous in our application if we are a recent graduate but don't have professional working experience? I'm finishing up my 4-year undergraduate honors in molecular and cell biology, and will finish my thesis in November this year. I don't remember if I met you, Ayla. Probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I think what we are basically looking for is to build your professional career starting from this course. So it's not, you will not be disadvantaged for not having professional work experience. We are basically accepting students even without experience in the field, and we will equip them. We will equip the graduates with the need, or what the industry would need. Again, if I don't answer your question, please just fire it up again, and I'm happy more to answer more of your questions. Okay, so as the course requirements welcome students from either business or science degrees, which would be steeper adjustment to the demands of the course. I'm not very sure I understand your question. So I'm more than happy for you to talk if you can clarify more about the demands for the course. So Sophie, can you allow Theo to speak if that's okay for you, Theo, to talk?
Yes, I'll just do that now.
Hi, Theo. Theo?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hey, Theo, I can hear you, yes.
Hi, yeah, so I've got a science background, and what I was just wondering is if, so in the requirements, it said you could have an economics degree, science degree, etc., etc. Would it be an easier adjustment for someone with a business degree to do well in this course, or would it be, because that's what I'm assuming, or would science grads find it equally easy to adjust to the demand of the course?
Okay, so Theo, that's a very good question. This year we've got students from different backgrounds. So we've got students from pharmacists, we've got students from biomedical sciences, pharmacologists, we've got one dentist, and we've got economists and business students. So the students who will join this course, we're going to use the business terms in teaching the students, and of course, if we are using scientific terms, this will be explained. We will not go through, the cell biology. That's not your course. We'll not go through the dynamics or the processes for preparations for R&D. That is not yours, Theo. But of course, you have to know the basics of R&D. You have to know the basics for political practices and strategies. So we are basically teaching management course, but with a main focus on biotech and pharmaceutical industry. So we offer this to all students. I know there's it's a new course, but we have data now. So we've got the start of this course this year. We've got the about 60 who came to the induction last week. I think 64 or 65 students who attended the induction last week, and the data will be generated. So sorry, Thea, did you ask me a question? Sorry.
No, sorry, that wasn't me.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, there's a background here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So yes, the course is basically delivered in the business mindset. So we're using the right side of the brain, and we teach you the skills to, in order for you to capture the competitive advantage, sustainability of the businesses, for biotech and pharmaceuticals. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes good sense. Thank you.
There is another one about the expected job prospects for the graduates. So the expected job is basically to work in a pharmaceutical industry, in biotech industry as well. That is basically, for your profile, that will fit perfectly with your story in joining this course, and getting equipped with the skills that you need and the knowledge that you are going to gain from this course. So that will go to the pharmaceutical and biotech industry. Thank you so much, Theo, for your questions. And of course, if you have more questions, just put it up on the chat. Oh, wow, we've got more questions here. Fantastic. Is there any exchange opportunity? So when you talk about the exchange, is it exchange between universities or exchange between the industries? So can you, Joanna, can you clarify the question, please? So Sophie, can you please let Joanna join and
Yes,
ask the question?
1 second.
Thank you. Hey, Joanna.
Hello there, Mr. Haluk. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
I can hear you well. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, when I'm talking about the exchange, I mean that it's exchange between university.
Exchange with other universities.
Yeah.
Not at this moment, no. But this is one of our priorities to do over the coming few years. But for the time being, no. But of course, we're open to any suggestions. So as I said earlier, this course is basically the first year we're delivering this course. So that might be in future plans, but for the time being, no.
Okay, then thank you for answering my question.
Thank you, Joanna. So here we've got, again, question here. I want to talk. Yes, of course. Can you, Sophie, can you give Siloni an access, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Siloni?
I think, here we go. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, Selene, you should be able to talk now.
Hi, Siloni.
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So, yes, you want to talk.
Yes.
Tell me.
Actually, sir, I'm dentist by profession, as I have already told you that I have scored 65% marks in my graduation, and I want to pursue. Actually, I have 2 masters in my mind, which I am thinking to pursue in UCL. One is clinical pharmacology, and the other one is biomedical science. So I just want to select the one out of these 2, and I want to know its industrial exposure, its placement opportunities and all.
Okay, thank you so much, Siloni. We are basically at the Global Business School for Health. We offer the management courses, the Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management courses. But I'm sure, if you drop a line to the other faculties, we've got in the clinical pharmacology, I think the Faculty of Health, and the biomedical sciences is another faculty. So if you drop them a line, you will get more details. I can answer about my course, which is the Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management.
Okay.
Yeah, okay then. All right, so thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So let me just scroll down. And we've got a question here. Does economics major students with little or no biotech experience considered to be disadvantaged? No, not at all. We're very keen about all the students. I think each one of us, each student is a different institution. You all have your dreams, and you all have your strength and the areas for development. And for the economics in particular, they have a lot of potential. The economists, the economist as a science has changed over the last few years. Some of that science is now about the CO2 emission. Some of this about the merger and acquisitions. Some of them is about the health, which is basically what we are specialized in, health economics and pharmacoeconomics. So the economics is becoming a giant subject, but it has different lenses. And the economist with little or no biotech experience, we will consider this in our program design, in the syllabus, and how we will deliver the economics side of things into for those type of students, and how we make sure you tick all the boxes. So they will not be this in a short answer. No, they will not be disadvantaged. In fact, they will become more more engaged in the economics and healthcare economics. So here we go. I answered that one. I recently completed my bachelor in pharmacy from India. I scored 82. Wow. An undergrad degree. Will I be eligible? Of course. We will happy to have you. Garmani, I'm not sure if I spell your name correctly. We will be happy to help you, and we will happy to have you in the course. And also, how can I make my application stand out? That is a very good question. So the first question is, will I be eligible? Yes, you are. But the next question is, how can I make my application stand out? I'll tell you the secret. The secret here is basically to think about your personal statement. Invest into your personal statement. Invest into how your personal statement would create a competitive advantage over the rest of the students. We have a limited number of students who we accept every year. So what you really need is basically to think about your strength, weaknesses. So your strength, how you capitalize using your strength into the structure and design of the course. How would this course make your weaknesses not visible, or maybe that would change into a strength. So all that would be in the personal statement. And the other second thing is basically we've got a raised hand, just 1 minute. The other thing is basically the reference. So who is your referee? What would they write? Most of us, they will say, oh, I would strongly recommend Brady for this job or for this course because X and Y and Z. But in writing the reference letter, you have to bear in mind that whoever is reading that reference letter does not know you. So you need to make sure that the reference letter is looking at your CV and looking at your personal statement, and if it's perfectly, it has a perfect story, that would fit within the course and the theme of the course. Joanna, I think I answered your question about the exchange with the universities. Do we need to submit GMAT scores for admissions? We're looking for your undergrad degree, and we're looking for IELTS. I don't think that is a requirement for the admissions. However, please have a look at the website and make sure that you tick all the boxes that are available. Up to my understanding, what we need is basically your certificates. Make sure that everything is there. Make sure that your IELTS is there if you're an international student. Make sure if you have an experience, you have to make sure that you clarify your position in the statement, in your personal statement. And are there any upcoming intakes to this course? That will be September next year. So in another year, that will be where you would start. But if you are basically applying, if you would like to secure a place in this course, please make sure that you make the application to this course as soon as possible. And in order for you to do that, just go online and try to download or try to upload, the details that you need, and and make sure that you've got details from the website, or follow up the email from the admission team. If anything happens, over the coming few months, and you would like to contact us, you made the application, didn't hear back, please feel free to drop us a line and to say, I would like to have a chat about my application, never heard back. So please reach out to me directly, or to colleagues in the marketing team. So that is for the intake. Let's have a look. We've got another question here. How quantitative is the course compared to other programs, I guess, in the school? I didn't really understand your question, but I'm more than happy to hear that from you directly. Tayazu Chen. Sophie, can you give Tayazu Chen?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
hello.
Tayazu. Did I spell your name right first?
Yeah, quite close, but yeah.
Okay. So what quantitative you talking about?
Yeah, so I noticed that the global healthcare school has other 2 or 3 programs comparing to this one. I'm just wondering how I'm talking about quantitative, I mean, like math and stats, those things, and how, comparing to other 2 courses, and how quantitative this course is. Also, if I want to focus on pharmaceutical markets and maybe, pharmaceutical investments in the future, which program out of these 3 would be suitable for me?
Well, if you are considering the pharmaceuticals, let me start with the second question, and then I'll go back to the first one. So if you are basically, you think about your context is pharmaceuticals, then this course is for you, because this is the only course that is industry specific. So, so pharmaceuticals, is basically the heart of the program is about pharmaceuticals and biotech. However, there are, other factors like biotech, the merger and acquisition of biotechs and biotech industry, the demerge of GlaxoSmithKline, and how the disruption would be over the coming few years for the OTC products. So that is basically specialized only for pharmaceuticals. For the quantitative, if I understand your question, please unmute and speak if I don't understand it, or if I'm not answering your question. The quantitative side of it is basically related to data analytics. And we offer data analytics as part of the course that is optional. We ask colleagues to give 1-hour lecture like every week to talk about the data analytics and how the data analytics are important. We also invite guest speakers to talk about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is part of the supply chain in the second term. So if you ask me, do we teach statistics? No, we don't. But if you ask me, do you look at the data and how the get use of the data and the quantitative approach of the data? Yes, we offer how to handle the data as part within the structure of the course and within the modules. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, mostly. Just a little bit more is like, I would just wonder if the course is going to be assessing these parts as well. For example, data analytics and artificial intelligence, or these things. Like you mentioned it's part of the module. For example, for the supply chain, it has intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, regarding the assessment, how to assess the artificial intelligence by itself, no. But if you are basically asking about how to assess the supply chain, so the supply chain can be part of the supply chain's artificial intelligence, that might be the assessment question, but I can't guarantee it. I'm not the module leader. But if you're asking me about the artificial intelligence as a module, as a title in there, no, but that is offered in digital marketing, digital healthcare, digital health and entrepreneurship course, where we offer the artificial intelligence as a separate module. But again, the students, they are exposed to these contemporary subjects in the field, and it is very important to be considered. But if you're looking at the assessment, each module is assessed differently. Each module can be assessed either by exam or can be assessed by essay. We've got the pharmacoeconomics, that will be a quantitative assessment, let's say, the pharmacoeconomics. But if you're looking at the data analysis, can be part of your research project. So your research project, for example, you're thinking about X and Y and Z, and you find the correlationship between, or what is the relationship between X and Y and Z as a mediated factor. So how would you do this? That would be part of the research project for you. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Right, let's have a look. We've got all the questions here were answered. So any more questions? Do we have hands? Do we have hands in here? Let's have a look. That's all answered. Dismissed. Do we have hands in here? No, that's my hand. Do we have any more questions? We still have about 15 minutes. So do we have any questions about the pharmaceuticals? One of the things that, over the last few weeks I discussed with colleagues from Boring and Ingelham, that they need professionals in the field of sustainability, sustainability of marketing approaches, the interaction with the industries, and how we sustain the performance of pharmaceuticals using the marketing aspect. It's a science-based, marketing criteria. So we look at the marketeers and how we use the patient-centric approach, and how this will interact into the future of marketing. There is another challenge. There's another wave of change, and that will be a challenge for pharmaceuticals, which is the mobile clinics, where you don't have to physically go to your GP or to the hospital. You just need to take photos or record a video about something, and then you send it to your GP or to your hospital. So the question is about the prescription and how this, how the patients were going to deal with the technology, and how the pharmaceutical companies would simplify this for the patients and the doctors and the hospitals, pharmacies. That would be a big subject. That is coming. But when this will come, I don't know, but I think it will be sooner than a lot of us expect. And that will be another disruption of pharmaceuticals, not only in pharmaceuticals, also in digital health, in healthcare management in general. So the question is how the pharmaceutical companies would handle these, and biotech companies would handle these, this change, whether it's here or overseas. The changes in the industry is captured by this course, and we tend to ask, people in the industry to talk about these changes and to get us, the contemporary changes that would be implemented in the course. Is there anything you recommend doing in the upcoming year to prepare for the course? First of all, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, follow our activities, follow our, our webinars, our, questions and answers for students, follow our talks. We've got loads of interviews with professionals in the field. We've got loads of interaction with people globally, not only here. So we've got speakers from India, we've got speakers from China, Switzerland, Australia, America. So please get involved. Stretch your understanding about the changes in the industry. We learn from those experts, people. We learn from what they offer us, and we actually use this to assess our students, to assess their understanding, and to engage with our colleagues, in different projects and different research activities. So that's my advice to you. So please follow up, our pages, on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, also the news. Look, get closer to our research, ideas. If we have published a case or there's an article that we published, that might be a good starting point to think about the research project from today. Think about your project. So that's what I advise you to do. The other advice is basically look at the consultancy firms who are interested in healthcare and pharmaceuticals. Consider them as important announcements. Then use about the changes within the industry and how the changes within the industry are going to have an impact on you, have an impact on your developing country or your home country, or your supply chain, or the innovation and the research and development of new products. So all these factors are important to read about. There are so many open access, I would say open access, info about the pharmaceuticals in different markets, in different contexts. Think about the generic pharmaceuticals, think about the biosimilar as well, because that will also another starting point where you get to learn about the context, you get to learn about the industry, and look at the annual reports for pharmaceuticals over the last 2 years or 3 years during COVID time, how the language has changed in the annual reports, what do they say to the people about their industry? I use the annual reports in my teaching. I use the annual reports in identifying the values, the mission of the institutions. And these are really important for you, at the starting point to think about the pharmaceuticals and the change within the industry. So, for example, if a GlaxoSmithKline would like to open a branch in India, so we need to consider all these factors in in our consideration. We've got another comment probably, and probably a comment and a question. Ayla, I met you in May. I remember you very well when we had the US Biotech and Pharma Summit. I would like to ask Sophie, can you give Ayla an access to speak, please?
Yes, of course. 1 second.
Thank you. Ayla, can you speak?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Are you calling us from South Africa?
Yes, I'm actually in the lab at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's give a background. Ayla was very keen to join the course, and I'm sorry, Ayla, are you okay to talk?
Yeah, I can talk.
Okay. There's a back noise. But Ayla came because she was very keen to join the course and understand the course. So and she attended with me like 15 or half an hour conference call, wasn't it, about the US Biotech and Pharma Management?
Yes.
So yes, I remember you very well. Regarding the large cohort or not, we expect this year to have about 70 students. We've got about 66 already arriving, and few are coming, due to visa regulations, so they were delayed. But we expect about the same number next year. So if you basically would like to join, I would encourage you, to apply for this course as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you. Just because I haven't finished my honours yet, but I only finished in November, so I don't know whether to apply before my thesis is written or what would be.
When you make the application, you will receive a conditional offer to say subject to receiving your certificate with 2-1. So that's the procedure. This is how we do it. So once you've got your certificate, once you've got your offer letter, and once you have your certificate, you submit your certificate, and your offer letter will become unconditional. So this is how we do it through the application. Does that make sense to you, Ayla?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Ayla. Looking forward to seeing you next year. Right. Any more questions? We still have about 8 minutes. I'm more than happy to answer all your questions. If you would like to speak, we can, we can give you, the mic and to talk. Let's have a look. We've got a question. Well, yes, Theo, the recording will be there and will be available online. The recording of this event will be available. And of course, you can reach out to me personally or to the Global Business School of Health, and we'll pick up your email and and answer all your questions. Does that make sense? Okay, so because we don't have any questions, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you, if you have any more questions about the Biotech and Pharmaceutical Management or any related course in Global Business School for Health, please don't hesitate to reach out and talk to us, and we're more than happy to help you and direct you to the right, to the right course and right career progression. Your career will start from day one of that course. I'll make sure that you know that, it will continue to evolve with time and to change and to help you to adapt the changes in the pharmaceutical and biotech industry. Looking forward to receiving your applications, or if you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out. I think Sophie, she has the your details, and once it's available, you probably receive an email to say the video is available. Am I right, Sophie?
Hi, yes, I can email everyone the recording. It will also be on our website and on our YouTube channel, which if you just type in Global Business School for Health on YouTube, you will find it. So yeah, the recording will be widely available.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much, Sophie, and thank you everybody for attending today's. And and again, I can't emphasize enough that if you have any questions, please reach out by email. We're more than happy to help you, and we will be very pleased to be part of your career in the near future. All the best of luck. Bye-bye now.